ロケーションウィークリージャパンです。今日はマプサスのオーシャンに来てもらっています。Ocean, thank you very much for joining us for this
Yeah,
podcast.
thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Okay, let's start by, introducing yourself and the company, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to meet you all. I'm Ocean from Masses. I'm the co-founder and CEO of the company. So my background is mainly in IoT, GIS, as well as right now I'm the in charge of the GIS, indoor GIS in the company. So Masses is a kind of new type of GIS company that we focus mainly in indoor environment because we think that just like Japan, Tokyo, Osaka, or Singapore, Hong Kong, there are lots of buildings, but traditional GIS or GPS is not working well, and they become a very big black boxes or maze to any kinds of people, no matter foreigner, just like me. I'm not well speaking Japanese, but I may get always get lost in the Osaka or in Tokyo.
Mm.
So if we can have a indoor map and indoor positioning as good as outdoor, just like Google Map or Apple Map, then that will definitely benefits to different users as well as to provide a better smart city and community. So our company, we did a lot of research and we are going to share our indoor map and positioning technology to everyone. We believe our technology is very scalable, that we don't need to install any hardware. We make use of existing Wi-Fi as well as to integrate the map with indoor and outdoor. So we hope this technology can be beneficial to anyone, especially just right now we successfully implement the technology for barrier-free navigations. That it is a very good example to show that just like a vision impaired persons or wheelchair user, right now they can freely and to visit into a indoor campus without any assistance, that they can go to a coffee shop or a toilet by their own. So we hope we can share more the technology to Japan, and we think it is very good to collaborate with a different solution company that to use the technology to power up the in-building capability. So it is a basic introductions.
Thank you. By the way, where are you guys based?
Right now we based in for me, I'm based in Osaka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then right now we have four regional office. Yeah,
Mm.
Osaka, and then Singapore for Southeast Asia, Hong Kong for Hong Kong and Macau, as well as we have a Taiwan office.
Mm.
So different regions, we have a regional office to serve. So right now I mainly based in Japan.
Interesting. Yeah, and you still get lost in Osaka.
Yeah, I still get lost because the building change very often.
Yep.
The shops will change, as well as we have underground and underground shopping mall.
Mm.
So for me, I am not very familiar to reading Japanese.
Mm.
So I sometimes it is quite difficult for me to remember the names of the stations or the shops or find the toilets. So I'm happy if there will be more buildings that to digitalize and opens to the public so as to facilitate a lot of outbound visitors to Japan. I think that
Mm.
will be very, very helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. So let me ask you a little bit more about the technologies that you're providing.
Yes,
Are you providing so you mentioned there is no hardware needed
yes.
for using your solutions. How does that work and what's your technologies based on?
Okay, so right now our technology is mainly two parts. One is the indoor digital map. So just like other outdoor map, Google Map or Apple Map. So the first thing is we help to digitalize the building. So everything in longitude, longitude, but in three dimensions, so including four. So
Mm.
that's been we want to provide the wayfinding between indoor and outdoor. It is possible in our solution. It is the first thing. So the second thing is about the indoor positioning. Once you have the map, so you want to know where you are. So our indoor positioning technology, our algorithm is AI based, which is Wi-Fi fingerprinting with sensor fusions. So the key point is this technology can make use of existing Wi-Fi. So just like Japan is a well-developed country, a lot of very good smart cities, as well as the buildings are well equipped with the Wi-Fi infrastructures. So
Mm.
that means we make use of the existing Wi-Fi infrastructures to provide the signaling for us as a fingerprint of particular locations. So we use this data to help to identify the positioning of the user of the smartphone. So this technology, we have our own capability in Android device. We collaborate with Apple Map that iOS is also our offering in our service that including iOS and Android smartphone with the Wi-Fi fingerprinting indoor positioning. So our technology in Android basically the same algorithm that Apple Map is using in iOS. So that means we can provide a very universal and standardized user experience in both iOS and Android. So because of this leveraging existing Wi-Fi, so that means basically most of the venue that we are providing service right now, we don't need to install Bluetooth device. The performance is more or less the same as traditional Bluetooth triangulation positioning.
Okay, so indoor digital map, you need to scan some certain buildings in order to initially start the map. Have you done all the scanning of all the buildings in Japan, or
Yeah,
what's your status?
we are doing right now, we can do few thousands a year. So most
Okay.
likely, we may not use LiDAR or other way to scanning the building
Mm.
because most likely we can work from existing floor plan. So most of our customer, they share with us the existing floor plan, on scale floor plans, or we can start the digitalizations as well as we provide the site validation to ensure the digital map reflect the real structures of the building. So because for the purpose of wayfinding and GIS, it is not necessary to be a very precise, perfectly scanning, just like by LiDAR. It is not all the time necessary. So most likely, we make use of existing floor plan is much more cost effective. And
Mm.
we can also refine the real structures by rescheduling in GIS.
Okay, so who is going to be your customer?
Yeah,
How
it
does that
is.
business work for you?
It is a very interesting question. So, just like traditional map company, most likely the software company
Mm.
is our customer because they subscribe our SDK. It is true.
Mm.
Apart from that, we also have a lot of customer from the landlord
Mm.
because the building owner they subscribe our solutions to have several replacement. First of all, they may use our digital map to replace their existing floor plans so as they are much more easy to update their floor plans. They will have a e-directory. They will also use our technology to replace their existing infrastructure for positioning. So most likely, landlord will be also our customer because they want to have the information update as well as to provide the wayfinding to their tenants. For example, they have a coffee shop or they have luxury product shops. They want to update their information and also disseminate to all the customer. So this part of digitalization is also one of our work. So landlord and software company are two types of major customers.
Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the landlord. When you say landlord, someone who owns the certain building,
Yes.
is that right? Okay.
Yes.
So if this person, if I was a landlord, I wish I was, and I have a shopping center, what do I need to do to, get things started? Do I just give you all the access to the Wi-Fi? How does that work?
Yeah. Okay. So very simple. To make it happen, sure you have a basic subscriptions
Yep.
and then share the on-scale floor plan to us. We will provide the digitalization of your floor plan. And you don't need to provide the access point to us because our beauty of the AI technology, the Wi-Fi fingerprinting is we don't get access to your Wi-Fi. So we don't occupy your bandwidth. You don't need to share your password, SSID of the Wi-Fi access point to us. You don't know to let us know where is the Wi-Fi. So most likely, once we digitalize the building, our staff will visit the site 2 or 3 times to enable the indoor positioning. So our enablement is just walk around the corridors using our software in iPhone and Android, and then we collect the Wi-Fi signal from different points to build up the signal maps. Then the positioning will be ready within 1 or 2 days. So the whole process is very convenient, and we will not disturbance the shopping centers to do business. So we don't need to do in the midnight. We don't need to close the shopping center in order to let us to do the job. So that will be very easy. So for example, we can do around hundreds of landlord a month. So that will be much more scalable to provide the technology as a city-based solutions because traditional indoor map or indoor positioning, most of them, they are building based. So because of our scalability and the dependency, much more easy for the hardware. So we can provide a city-based indoor map and positioning from A building to B building or any kinds of building in Japan. So this means for shopping mall that they are much more easy. They just need to give us the on-scale floor plan. And if they have existing Wi-Fi, nothing need to do in advance.
So maybe sometimes, Wi-Fi, SSIDs and all things are changing or they add
Yes.
new,
Yes.
spots and all that. How does that work for you to do the maintenance on that, something like that?
Yeah. So comparing with traditional Wi-Fi triangulations,
Yep.
your concern is definitely a matter because traditional triangulations, if some of the key access point disabled or changed, then the positioning will be definitely failed. Right now, the AI-based Wi-Fi fingerprinting make use of signal strength as a fingerprints, just like our fingerprints for biometric. So if there is a change, so if the change is not significant comparing with all the signals, for example, in shopping mall, there are over 1,000 access points.
Right.
If just few of them change, the positioning accuracy is still acceptable. So because of the similarity functions can absorb the error change. So our recalibrations for the indoor positioning maintenance can be extended to once a year, for example, for shopping mall. So we don't need to walk through the calibrations every time if Wi-Fi change. We don't need to do that. We can accumulate the changes for a annual recalibrations, then that is good enough to maintain the positioning accuracy. For some train stations or airport, we may suggest to do the recalibration for half a year because portions of access points they may change much more frequent. So we conduct a lot of exercise and statistic in this kinds of exercise. So basically for shopping mall once a year is very good enough. For underground shopping mall as well, for train stations or airports, half a year is already a very good practice.
Okay. Yeah, that's very reasonable considering there are some issues with, every time the triangulation is changed, they need to change it so sometimes they have to go every month to recalibrate the whole thing it was a nightmare. So having just the once a year is really acceptable if it works out. Okay.
Yeah.
So I, as a landlord, ask you to do the scanning, and now my shopping mall is digitalized, right? And the positioning is working. Now, is that offered to myself only, or can I open it up to public with all the informations? If so, how?
Yeah, exactly. So in our GIS, we provide two tier. One is public and one is private. We are welcome for all parties or all the landlord. If they can open to public, that will be a very good synergy for the city-based indoor map for any kinds of people. For example, if you are the shopping center as well as the train stations, maybe two different parties, if they go to share the data to public, that means we can provide the navigations from the train stations to the shopping mall particular shops. So definitely it can help to drive the travelers or the citizens from one building to another building that will generate the economical gain of the city. Yeah. So we define public and private because we understand the buildings may also have some private areas they don't want to share. For example, it is a train stations. That means the concourse and the platform can go public because the general user will use it. But the engineering room, the tunnel, or some security control room, something like that, we can hide to private. That means only the train stations whitelist user can access those informations. It is very important for the security considerations. So that means our solutions is designed for city-based, for open to public. So in future, if I am travel application, for example, Klook or KKday are my travel applications, can make use of the same data to provide the promotions of shops to different landlords and different train stations or different sightseeing points by using the public data. So if shopping mall want to promote more their shops and talents, not only their own applications, as well as other third parties, they may consider to public the open area, then more of the applications can provide the service into their venues. Then they can get more customers and foot traffic.
Interesting. Okay. You seems to have all the questions ready for all the which is good. I can see that you have been having all these sessions and giving the answers to solutions. Okay, last question from me. What lies ahead for, Mapsas? What are you planning to do for the next, I guess 5 years or so?
Yes, right now we are sharing our technology to Japan, Singapore, Southeast Asia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau. We want most of the buildings can first to equip the most advanced digitalization capability because a lot of buildings they are using paper-based floor plan to manage their building or paperwork. But right now we can digitalize and then to provide the indoor positioning as well as leverage the existing infrastructure. So it is just like a green investment. It also fulfill the ESG. So we hope the solutions can open more so as we are promoting barrier-free navigations in the whole country. So because not only Japan, even though South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, we also facing the situation is the aging factor. as well as a lot of travelers we goes to Asia Pacific. So the demands to provide a better digital indoor environment is very important, as well as the barrier-free navigations. Another thing is we hope this platform can also open to all the society and even though governments use, because just like I also live in Taiwan, we also face the problem of aircraft or some natural disasters. So if there is a indoor map and integrate with outdoor map that can facilitate the emergency wayfinding or emergency facility wayfinding, as well as SOS for us. For example, if in case I trapped in the underground of a shopping mall, whether I can use a platform to share my location to the firefighters to save me as soon as possible. That is very important that if without the digitalization of the buildings, then we cannot do that. So we hope we want to share the technology standard to every party. And then it is our dream that we want to make the Asia Pacific as well as Japan to be a well digital smart society.
Perfect answer.
Thank you very much.
That's it for the interview. Thank you very much for spending time with us, Ocean.
Yeah, thank you very much to have this opportunity to share with us.